Okay, hi Michelle, this is my video response to you. Lovely, gorgeous, moonlit opal. My response to your video about 2 years of experience and becoming a high priest or high priestess with only 2 years of experience, what the fuck. So, pretty much, I was explaining yesterday in my video about It's Only a Name, which was a response to the pagan perspective questions this week about witches, pagans, and Wiccans and traditions in relation to that. And so pretty much this video I'm kind of continuing on with that as well, so maybe if you watch the other one before this it might help. But I did say in that video there that if you are on your own personal path, you take from other paths and you don't stick to a particular tradition, you can pretty much call yourself whatever you want with that. And in that process all you're doing is answering to yourself and answering to your gods. And mostly that's personally how I feel, because if that's what you're doing, that's how it happens. So if you're saying that you're a high priest or high priestess of said god or goddess, and you personally feel that and live it in your heart, and you live that with every aspect of your being, and you live it in your practice, and you live it in everything, no matter if you've only had 2 years experience or you've had like 20 years experience. Sure, there may be those people out there that will discredit your experience if you've only been practicing for a few years, or there's those that will revere your experience if you've been practicing for like 20 years. But you have to remember that all of us start at some point here. And I know that this video was kind of brought on as a rant because the new generations that are coming through like YouTube now that are claiming all these titles and have only had minimal experience, they read a book and they seem to know everything about it. I remember those days. I was that person. I did that a while ago. And we all grow, we all mature, we all get to the point where we have to learn and we make our mistakes. And this is what I feel part of this process is. They may have mistakenly used this title in a video, and now because that's been brought up in a video, it's the permanent record out there. So it's been marked, and they may go through, they may delete that video now, or they may make a response updating that in relation to your video. But looking at it from the point where you just grow, you can call yourself any title, you can be any name you want to be. And like I've said, it's down to you, what you feel in your heart, what you feel in your mind, what you feel in every fibre of your body, and how you feel before your gods and goddesses, how you address yourself to them. It's all just a whole bunch of words, and sure, these words hold weight and symbol in the world outside your own personal practice. It's just been learning where the titles you use are valid. So if you are like a high priest or high priestess of a particular god, you can sit before your altar, you can sit before your devotional space and call yourself the high priest or high priestess to that goddess or god, because that's what you personally feel and that's what's personally in your heart, and that's how it is to you. But once you start using those titles outside of your own personal confines, you may start receiving other people discrediting that title. There'll be others that will come to you because you carry that title, and then it's the process where you either you sink or you swim. You may go, if you're sinking, you may go back and you re-establish what the actual title is for you. You may be then like, okay, I'm not a high priest of whatever particular deity or goddess it is. Oh god, I keep just saying goddess. But I'm not a high priest or high priestess. Okay, I'm a devotional priest. I need to do more research. I need to commune with them more. Okay, I was stupid calling myself that. It's just a mistake I've made. I may have been I might be exhausted, I might have been distracted. There's so many possibilities that could have happened there. But there's that sink aspect, or then there's also the swim aspect where you may just become divinely connected to it. It may just awaken something in you, and you get people that start coming to you who want information, who want to listen to you, and it's sharing your insight with them, and it's up to them whether or not they take credit from that or value that insight. But we all have our own personal perspectives on our practices, our relationships with the divine and the gods. You can do as much reading as experience as you want and only learn a fragment of what's there to learn without actually getting up from behind a computer or away from a book and going out there and living and breathing and practicing that path. If you were to live and breathe and practice a path for 2 years, you have more than enough weight to call yourself a high priest or high priestess. But that would be that you've lived and practiced that path for the whole 2 years and practically done nothing else. No other fragment off from that, no other diversion to any other path, to any other vision, to any other like exploration along the process. But looking at it from that aspect, you'd have that a full solid block of 2 years experience, and there's credit behind that. But then there's those that, like I personally, within the last couple of years, have only really started doing devotional work with my patron god and goddesses, and I gladly call myself a devotional priest because I have gone through my devotional rites to them. I make constant devotions and devotional offerings to them, and I commune with them when I can, and they are a part of me and I'm a part of them, and I'm part of the universe and the universe is part of me. And it's just finding those connections and finding that space. But it's improving and always learning more and pushing the boundaries of yourself, of your knowledge, and just growing, developing, and yeah, just going ahead. And sure, you may come down the track and be like, okay guys, I called myself a high priest or high priestess in blah 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 said video, whatever it was, and I apologize for that. I used the wrong term, I am not at that stage, and that sort of stuff. And it's just realizing that you've made a mistake, or other people realizing that you do have the weight and knowledge behind you, but they might just discredit it because of other things you've done or other videos that you've made that don't come out as good as they could, or you're just not taken the right way, or you just, I don't know, you're just too eager or too excited, and that can kind of come off as like a naivety. And then because that's not, naivety isn't so much respected because it's looked down on, where wisdom and maturity can be seen as such a high level of information, yeah, that can affect it as well. So I think I've rambled on long enough for this, and I hope it makes enough sense for you. But you know where I am if we need to chat about anything else, and yeah, that's it. So much love and blessings, and blessed be.